For the past 3 weeks, life has been lifing. How far, my G's? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, you're welcome, and if you're my returning subscriber, I know how the G's gonna how we doing. This video is going to be me pouring out everything inside, and it's a lot. This video is going to be talking about life lately, what I have been up to, and everything. First of all, I'll start by saying social media is not a real space. Yes, listen to me. Social media, it's not a real space. I've always known that social media is not a real space, but I think it actually dawned on me like the past 1 year or so. It just really dawned on me that people might be posting every day and they'll be going through something opposite of what they are posting, their day-to-day life and what they're actually going through. For the past 2 to 3 weeks, I have been mentally broken down in all aspects: physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, spiritually. I have been broken and I'm trying to get my way back up. It all started with a common cough about 3 weeks ago. My daughter had a common cough, and what was supposed to be a common cough turned out to be an entire roller coaster of emotions. So she came back from school coughing normally that day, and I was like, okay, in the evening I'm just going to, because I'm the type of person that when I see my kids cough once or twice, I'm just going to say, just take paracetamol, something is wrong, or just take cough syrup. I have a whole clinic in my house of drugs that I normally self-medicate my kids. So that's kind of mom I am. Fast forward to that evening when she came back from school, she told me, "Mommy, my neck is hot." I was like, "Your neck is hot." And this was about 2 days after her birthday. Yes, 2 days after her 12th birthday. And she said her neck is hot. I was like, "Your neck is hot." I thought that she was really hot. So I just like regular paracetamol and all that. And she went to school the next day. Fast forward to Sunday, that was on a Friday. On Sunday, she was already vomiting, she was not eating. I was worried. I could not sleep throughout the night. Then we had to go to the hospital on Monday morning. She did not even go to school. We went to the hospital that morning, Monday morning, because she was just acting up. We got there, we ran some tests, and we found out that she actually had malaria plus plus. Although when she told me her body was hot, I already started malaria treatment. I started camosunate for 3 days, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On Monday, I still went to the hospital because she was not getting any better. We did full blood count, a malaria parasite test, and we waited for about 2 hours. Need not to say that I spent over 10 hours at the hospital that day just to, get to see the doctor and get treatment. She was given antibiotics and some other drugs, which we started immediately. Then she did not go to school till like on Wednesday. That Wednesday, she went to school. On Wednesday. On Thursday night was a nightmare. This girl stood and vomited till morning that I could not wait any longer. As that was going on, my husband started telling me that I don't think he's feeling good. He does not think he's feeling okay. Already, when I took Urella to the hospital on Monday, I also started malaria, because one thing about malaria is when you're treating one person, you have to treat the entire family. And my husband started malaria treatments too. My husband finished malaria drugs. It was worse than it was before. It was even like as if he did not start the malaria drugs at all. Wishing they happened. So he drove us to the hospital. On Friday, nobody went to school, nobody went to work. I took the entire family to the hospital. Already then, my 4-month-old baby boy was already having some, I don't know, he was coughing. Probably it's something he picked up from his sister. So I just looked at it. Since I'm breastfeeding, what can possibly happen? I will pass antibodies to him, and it does not really last for long. I just overlooked it. So my husband and my daughter got evaluated, they got retested. We found out that my husband has severe case of malaria, and his hemoglobin was low, a lot of sharp things. So he was placed on injection. My daughter was also placed on injections for the vomit and all that. They wanted to admit her, but later in the day we saw that she no longer was stooling and vomiting, and she already started taking a lot of fluid, so there was no need for admission. So while we were observing, they give us drugs and everything. We came back home that Friday from the hospital, and that was like a week ago. So that was how my husband went to the hospital Friday, Saturday, Sundays for um medications, and also my daughter. After which they started antibiotics. And before you know it, my daughter started taking tea, pap. She was not eating strong, solid food like rice ever, but at least she was eating something. My husband was just there. I don't know if he was improving. He was just generally weak. My baby then started about 3 days ago. It was a complete nightmare for me. It was the part that even caught me off guard the most was that after taking care of these people, during taking care of my husband, taking care of my daughter, I used to be exhausted. So that night I slept off. I think I woke up around 4 a.m. and I found out that my entire breast was all over the place. I was like soaked in breast milk, and I was like, I checked the time, 4 a.m., and my son hasn't breastfed throughout the night. I just completely broke down and I started crying. I touched him. It was very hot. His head was hot. Immediately, I started doing some first aid. I gave him paracetamol. I took out all his clothes. I started using a cold towel to bring down his entire body temperature. He was crying. He was not breastfeeding. I didn't know what to do. And the little he would breastfeed, he would vomit them. I was almost running mad. I was almost running mad because it was like from one to one to one. While all of this was happening, I called my mom. My mom was encouraging me. Funny enough, I was still posting my regular pre-recorded TikTok videos, and really, it makes me understand that nobody can really know what you are going through, even if you are online 24/7, even if you are posting 24/7. Life is far different. Like it's really, really, really different from reality. So this was how I took time to nurse my little boy. So that thing happened the whole of the day. I cannot even remember what day of the week that was, but I started taking care. I think that was 4 days ago. Yes, today is Thursday, so this happened on Monday. He did not eat throughout that night. He did not eat in the day. I was already panicking, and the reason I did not take him to hospital on time was that my health insurance was covering my boy till he was 3 months old. So now that he's 4 months old, my health insurance no longer cover for him, and I was low on funds. I could not take him to the hospital. Unlike my husband and my daughter that were they have their own health insurance and it was able to cover for it. So I decided, okay, I was going to self-medicate. So I texted my friend that is a doctor. I told her everything that happened, and it was like I should keep taking checking his temperature. I should give him paracetamol because that was like I think on Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, and I should take him to the hospital on Wednesday, which was yesterday. So yesterday came, and in the morning, after giving him paracetamol, opened his body throughout the night and checking his temperature, I saw that he was already started, eating, or started breastfeeding and all that because we are breastfeeding exclusively. He started breastfeeding and all that. The body was still hot, especially the head. My major fear was the fact that his extremities were cold, his hands and his leg were cold, his head was extremely hot, while the rest of his body was just okay. And I was really worried. So on the evening of on or yesterday morning rather, I decided okay, since I could not take him to the hospital yet and it looks like he's improving, I decided to self-medicate. So I got malaria. I went took her to the pharmacy. We got malaria drugs for pediatrics, and we also got what they call these teething drugs, because a lot of people were saying it was teething just because the head was hot, and he was also looking for something to always put in his mouth. And I saw that I started coming down with kata based on the sister had kata. So that she has, because that one and my baby, she has transferred kata to him and all that. And fast forward to yesterday evening, he was already playing, he was already eating very well. So far so good. We have already taken 2 doses from the malaria drugs, 2 days, remaining 1 day, and he's already playing, he's already eating, his body is no longer hot, his extremities are no longer cold. He plays once, but he looks like he's recovering. He sleeps a lot now, just to give that body space to rest and all that. And today is the first day for the past 2 weeks that my husband has been able to go to work, that my daughter has been able to go to school, and I gave myself this fresh start. I decided to wash all the clothes that we've not used for that we've been wearing for the past 2 weeks. I cleaned the entire house. I just decided to give myself a fresh start. I have to think again. You see this my hair, I made it a week before Christmas in December. This is 2 months. Water have not even got into my head. I looked myself in the mirror not too long ago and I felt so hard for myself. I felt so drained. I felt so tired. Like ah motherhood, wifehood. I'm at the stage where I don't want to start crying because I've cried too much. Like I cannot remember the last time I've got my darkest days of my life as to the darkness I'm getting right now. Before all of this happened, I had plans. I want to do this. I want to take my content creation journey serious. I want to pick up a new course. I want to start. But when you have health issues, every other things become secondary. When you have health challenges, once there's a problem with your health, there's a problem with everything in life. Suddenly, nothing is more important than my husband and my kids getting better. All of a sudden, nothing is more important to me than me having a healthy family. And I just want to give all the glory back to God. I have told God, like, God, I am so grateful. God, if my family, like, it can from the outside, everybody can just say, it's not just malaria, just treat. But from the inside, as somebody that has been taking care of a husband and two sick babies, mentally, some days I felt like I wanted to run mad. I asked myself, did I sign up for this? Am I made doing this right now? Like, but right now, overall, I am just grateful. I am so thankful. I have told God, I've told God, thank you, like 100 times. I have prayed and I told God, God, if you can just let them. I am so grateful. I am so, so grateful. And today, I just feel today is day one of my better days. My dark days are gone. Like today is day one of my better days, and I am so, 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 so grateful, because the past few weeks I don't even wish it on my enemy. I know it is going to be better from now on. I know I am going to face all of those, and I hope I get to post this video just to keep it there, just so that I can come back later and see what God have done for me, and I'll be glad and I'll rejoice in it. So yeah, thank you.